And we're live. Welcome, my
Hello.
friend. Back again.
Yep.
Good to have you back. How's it going? It's been a while since I've had a good catch up with you.
Pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's the guinea pigs going?
They're good.
Yeah?
Just at the moment I've been, past few days I've been making like a little outside area for them, because they're outside in this like, small little grass patch, and it's like, I've just been like standing all over it and it's just yuck now.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, like, let's like make this cool. So I like got pavers and stuff, so you can like have stepping stones to the hutch.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Kind of outlined the whole area with like bricks.
Yep.
I don't even know where the bricks are from. There's just like
Is that a bunch of bricks?
yeah,
lying
like there's
around?
like this massive like pile of bricks
Yeah.
like on my lawn, and like a house is like wood, I think.
Yeah.
And it's, but yeah, so I've been like using those to like make a nice outline and stuff, and I'm gonna do like a they do like animal fences that are like yay high sort of thing, and I'm gonna do that out like on the outside of the bricks. And yeah, gonna plant grass seed and stuff tomorrow, and hopefully gonna be a cool little addition.
Man, that'd be sick. That sounds cool.
No, I'm high faz, yeah.
Have you done many shows since you were last here?
We did one in Foxton. There may be one down here. I can't really remember. But definitely the Foxton one.
Yep.
Which went alright. It was that was the first one with the first show with the new with our council, with our new one. Bad at explaining. But we had our show for the first time for me with the other people from like the Taranaki Club.
Yep.
And they do it a whole different way, so they're in like cages and stuff, so it's like cool, completely different, and all a different setup and stuff.
In cages, so what do you mean by that?
So usually we show on boards, so we have our table, so like there's my table, then blah blah blah's table over there, and then they're just all in their carry cages until it's time to go. Then we put them on these boards, then go to the judging thing. But this one, there was just like one big long table with like they're fairly like they're not massive, but like, they're not like crammed in these small cages. They're just at the cages, and the judge goes, I need 274, 275 and 276, and just random people just go up and grab them, and
True.
It's a lot easier, but it's really hard because with the ones where they're all in the carry cages, they're like, oh, I need blah 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 and blah blah blah, but the judges aren't to know whose pig's who, because it's like, I don't like you, so I'm not gonna.
Yes, so they can't be biased.
But then it's like no one knows which is which.
Yes.
And it's like, well, who's number 276 or whatever. Yeah. But so it's like you have to grab your own pigs there anyway. But yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Interesting dynamic.
It was a good show. I can't really remember what happened because it was so long ago. But yeah. It was probably one of the longest, apart from like palmy drags and stuff, it's the longest trip during the day. Oh no, I've been to Owakuni, but yeah, apart from that, it's one of the longest trips that I've done in my Falcon. And that's when it had the oil leak, and it was pretty bad at that stage, and it was raining, so then I parked the car right up front because I couldn't be bothered like walking all the way to the street and with all these carry cages, and so then a bit of oil leaked on the concrete right out front.
Yes.
Then like the rain kind of like pushed it away, so it was
rainbow
everywhere. And
everywhere.
I'm like, oh
no.
Yeah,
I've been there, I've done that.
it was fine. It's an old car, okay.
Oh, trust me, I've had those experiences with my cars like in the past, and the amount of times I've like left like oil patches at work. And it'll be the next day that I'll come to work and see it in like the car park that I normally park in, and I'm like, oh shit. damn. Like, and everyone's going to know that it's me because I'm the only one that parks there.
Yeah, exactly.
Your fucking piece of shit car's broken again.
It's like at my work, I have the site, then it's my park here or this park here, just because like in the Falcon I'm really like anal about like dents and stuff, because like all my cars have been pranged and stuff, and it's like I want to keep that car tidy. So I have to park it where I can see it, and I kind of park so it's like half in our site and half in the park. But yeah, so that's why I have those two parks and these two oil patches there. Well, actually 4, because sometimes the reverse.
So there's like 4,
and it's like, oh my god. But yeah, it's not as bad as my mum's driveway though.
Oh no.
Parting my fair lane.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even thinking about oil or whatever, and when the guys who brought the motor yanked like it up, tipped the motor and the gearbox sideways, or like, you know, to get it out, and like
everything came out,
all the oil, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like then they left, then I scrapped the car so I could see the whole driveway, and it was everywhere.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh.
I've done it before on like white concrete driveways, and that there's no getting it off. Like once it's on, it stains.
Oh, I must say I came up with a pretty good solution though. You what's it called, dishwashing liquid all over it, you know. Don't be scarce about it, like put it on there, then put boiling water on it, and leave it for like, I think it's like 10 minutes or an hour or something in the sun, then it soaks through. Then you rub the shit out of it, then hose it off, then it comes off.
We'll loosen it off from the ground. True.
No, the driveway's looking pretty damn good after that. I was like, I'm so happy. But you kind of have to have it in, well, if it's like a real hot day, which I did it on, you have to do like little patches, or else like this bit dries up and stuff. So it took like ages, like weeks to do it, but like you could see where I've been. Oh my god, it took ages though. But my mum didn't understand that, like how long it did take, and she's like, you need to do this oil by next week, and I'm like,
oh, I need the week to do it.
But like, exactly. But she's like, you haven't done anything. I was like, see this little thing, like that's what I did today. But it was a good time.
It's a big job. I've had to clean a lot of driveways from a lot of different oils and stuff that I've spilled on them over the years. Like I've trans fluid, power steering, oil. But I think the best one that I ever had to clean was this can of paint. I brought a can of caliper paint, so just a high heat paint, bright red. I get to my mate's place, so back then I was always at his place working on cars. He had this huge garage and big ass driveway. So parked on the driveway, house was right next to the driveway, and just like I take the wheels off, set the car up, take the wheels off, and like I just take the cap off the can, and the whole top explodes.
Oh my god!
And so it just like goes straight like up, and I'm like, holy fuck. And then like my mate's yelling at me because it's hidden the soffit of the house, so it's like hidden all the guttering and everything.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh shit! So I just like point it away from that, and then look down on my cars in front of me. I'm like, oh fuck, over there, and it's like that's the driveway. And then I click and go, oh, upside down.
Here we go.
Hold it upside down, and of course then it stops, and you just hear all the pressure coming out, but no more paint anymore. But like, I left such a mess. I had red paint in my car from then on. Like, I managed to get a lot of it out because I just straight away it was the car. But there was still like this one, the back pillar on the driver's side. If you looked at it close enough, there was like red dots all through the paint. And they're like, oh, that sucked.
It's red as well, so it's like really noticeable.
And then of course all the guttering on the house. It was a nice white plastic guttering. Had all this had all this red paint on it. There was no getting all that out. And then the driveway was covered in it, and oh man, that was probably like the biggest mess I've ever made from the smallest of things. Like, and I didn't even do anything wrong. I just opened the cap of a brand new can of paint that I brought like 20 minutes prior. We went back down got it from Super Cheap, just the one here, and we went back down there with it like in a bag, and the bag was like filled with paint and shit. And I was like, yo, like,
what the hell happened?
I just like took the cap off, and I'm like, oh, did you do like what it says where it's like put a screwdriver through the cap and pop it off? And I was like, nah, I didn't actually, but like it actually says that on the back to do it. And they're like, oh, it's actually, we recommend that you don't do it because a lot of people do it and just go straight through the can with the screwdriver. So like, but apparently the back of the can says to it. It's why there's like a little square notch at the bottom of some of the caps. Not all like cheap paint doesn't have it, but like Duplicolour and stuff have it.
What does that do?
So you can just put a little screwdriver in there and pop the cap off, so you can get the cap off without pulling it. But you might as well just pull it because you have two hands.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real weird. Even if you read the back of the can, that's how it tells you to take the cap off. It's to put like a screwdriver in there and pop it off.
Really?
Yeah. It's real fucking
I'm
weird.
going to buy paint tomorrow just for that. Oh, I
just have a look in the cabinet and you'll see like them on the cap. You'll see like a little square on it.
So you have to go to the shed or the garage,
grab
through all your tools.
Yeah, grab a screwdriver.
Find a screwdriver, prang it off.
Yeah.
Or you could just...
You could just pull it. yeah, but nah. So yeah, but don't actually do that because as the guys at Super Cheap said, they have had cases where people will just put the screwdriver straight through the top of the can. But yeah, with my case it was different. Like the whole valve at the top just like was. Yeah. Actually, apparently what had happened, they sent it back and I actually ended up finding out what happened. Is like the valve wasn't actually seated in there properly, and the only thing holding it down was the fact it had the cap on top. So as soon as the cap got taken off, the whole valve just shot out with the pressure.
Eek.
Yeah, real fucking weird, eh? Like, never had that again.
Yeah.
Got a free can of paint out of it, and the guys at Super Cheap did give us like 2 cans of degreezer to chuck on the driveway to try and get it off. So like, they were real good about it. But
yeah.
Fucking weird experience.
Yeah.
Real weird. Made a hell of a mess, man. Never seen a can of paint emptied so fast.
Yeah. Gosh, that would be like buzzy as, eh?
You're
like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. From can of paint, caliper paint.
Yeah.
One of the first things I ever did on my car.
And that went wrong.
It went wrong.
Oh my god.
Got it right in the end though. At the end of the day, I still had it done.
Yeah.
Oh, you had your 21st the other day.
Yeah.
When was your actual birthday? Was it on that day or?
No, it was like early October.
Yeah.
But we wanted to go somewhere in Wellington, but then like they're like real anal about like COVID and stuff. They're like, it has to be level 1. And I was like, that's going to be like a week away, 2 weeks away, easy. I'll just wait. Yeah. And no.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, we'll make an exception. We can do you guys level 2 if you wear masks. And I'm like, fuck that. No.
Yeah.
And then my stepmom's like, oh, well, why don't we just have it at the social club, which is like the regular for us. And we're like, well, fucking oath. Like,
it was a nice place. It was a really cool little place.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Dad like almost lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've been going there for like years, and we've seen like all these owners change and stuff.
Yes.
And yeah,
cool,
it was
though.
like the chef's like first week or 2 as well. So it's like all new menu, and I'm like, oh, like hopefully it's like not crap, like knowing my luck, but it's like pretty good stuff.
That was good food that night.
Yeah.
That was really good food.
They had like,
I was impressed.
do you see those like tortilla sandwich things?
Yes.
Like,
what were they? Like,
I don't know.
Because they
were
like,
so good.
Like the tortilla thing was like different colours.
Yeah.
Depending which one you got. And like that was real trippy.
Yeah.
It was almost like a real, like a mini panini. But the panini bread was...
Oh, no, those were the bowls.
Oh, yeah.
But they had, like, actual, like, tortillas, like, they were, like, yay tall and cut into triangles.
Yeah.
And they had, like, I can't even remember what was in them, but, like, it was so freaking weird. And, then the next morning I was, like, hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just keen for a feed. Then, stepmom's like, oh, Holly, there's, all the leftovers in the fridge. And I was like, oh, sweet. Looked in the fridge, and there's all these, like, doggy bags, and I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, let's just, like, rummage through them all and see what I can find. The first one that I opened was a full thing of those damn tortilla sandwiches. I was like, yeah, like, that's me. So I, like, ran over to my room and just, like, scoffed them all. Like, I was like, they're so good. But, yeah.
I was trying to gauge what kind of culture the food was. Like I got real Mexican vibes off a lot of it.
Yeah.
But then some of it was quite out there for Mexican food too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like I actually quite enjoyed that whole like guac and celery.
That was
thing.
good, yeah.
Like everyone that was around was like, oh, I thought this was just going to be like guac, but and it had all the celery in it, and what else was in there? There's a couple of things that was kind of like the kind of more crunchier vegetables that you'd have fresh in there. It was actually pretty nice. Like stuff, sort of the weird out of it stuff like that they had. It was it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
very enjoyable.
I thought it was just like a whole plate of avocado, to be honest.
Yeah, it would just look like smashed avocado.
Is that avocado? And I was like, fucking better be.
Yeah.
So I grabbed like a massive spoon and just dolloped on my plate, and I was like, this ain't just avocado, but like, I'm not complaining, this is good.
It was good. It was good. And that steak was just... Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was real nice.
Even though I was like full for the dinner because my brother like scamps me into a milkshake.
Yeah,
He's like, do you want a lime and caramel milkshake? And I was like, no, I'm not going to have two. And he's like, no, have a lime and caramel milkshake. And I was like, you can mix them? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah. And that was like so good.
Yeah.
So I like scoffed that. Then I was like, shit, it's dinner. And I'm like full as fuck, yeah. But I managed to like somewhat eat it all, so.
Oh, it was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Your family seems really nice too.
Yeah, no, they're quite cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I had
it
a
was
good time.
cool. I'm really surprised with how well it went, because I remember like one of my previous birthdays, I can't remember what it was, invited like a couple of friends, because I have like quite a few friends, but none of my friends know each other.
Yeah.
So it's like I had like bad anxiety about that, because one of my birthdays, two of them really didn't get along, and like they didn't like scrap or anything, but like one of them left and had a hissy fit, and I'm just like in a shit mood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can these guys like bugger out of my house so I can go to bed now? But no, there were like 40 people there, and like
Sweet.
no problems.
Yeah. The people you introduced me to, sorry, I forget names quite easily, so I've forgotten all of them. But there was like 4 of us outside when we were
Mackenzie and Harrison.
Yeah.
I'm really happy they're coming.
They went. Yeah. That was cool. Like, the 4 people I was talking about there.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember all their names. But
Eugene and Zen? Was the girl out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eugene and Zen, yeah.
Yep. They were all real cool. And oh my God, it was so funny though. Like, because like they were just talking about the car scene, and then one of them's like, "Oh, I've been in it for years. I'll like tell you like
Mackenzie,
all the names and stuff." And it was so cool. I was like, "Mate, I'll hear this from the outside perspective, you know, of someone that's not like in the kind of position that I've been placed in."
Yeah.
And that was so out of it because he started all the way back with Melling Infamous, like, and then just went from there and like point everything out. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you haven't missed like too much,
2-3 years ish."
It was quite cool. And then after he rambled, I like told him who I was, and he like took a step back.
He's
like,
"Whoa,
fuck.
yeah."
It was cool. They were good people. They were real good people.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah,
it was funny. You could tell that they were drag people. Like, you could just look at them and be like,
yep,
yep,
exactly. But the blonde taller guy, not tall as Harrison, but Eugene, he's just down from New Plymouth, moved here.
Yeah, he told me he's been down for like 4-5 months or something, like a few months.
Yeah. Because he was in my car chat, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, then I was like, fuck, like, you need to come down here. And he's like, oh, I'm keen on, like, a new start and stuff. And I was like, well, fuck, like, come work for me. Like, we got plenty of jobs. So he's like, all right then. So, but yeah, that didn't really turn out well, for, like, you know, this and that reason. But, yeah, he's working at Repco now and got a mean-ass job. And, he's brought himself a new Falcon now, and he's like happy as down here, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like
I said to all of them, and I said to him because I was speaking to him first, and he was saying about how he was kind of like new to the scene down here as he just moved down. Yeah, and I said to him like, you know, just come say hello, like if you know, if you need to come out and like come chat with someone, you don't know anyone around or no one you know's out, like. Yeah, I know it's a bit hard because we don't know each other yet, but like, I know, point them in the right direction if he wants, like.
Yeah, no, because
we're open, as we always say.
Because because New Plymouth drag scene is like non-existent apparently, and I, when he was down here, I was like, oh, you need to come out and see what we can do, and like this and that happened, and he just didn't. But the first one that he came out was I think it was the Unorthodox after lockdown or something. Yeah, and it like went off, and he's like, what the fuck? And that was the first car, and I was like, bro, you haven't seen nothing yet. Then Infamous came out, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, and he was buzzing, and he was looking at all the cars and parked all down the street, and he was like, whoa. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Cool. Yeah, he loved it, eh? He's like, this ain't nothing compared to New Plymouth, you know, because apparently there is just like one guy like trying to skid his Altezza or something or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's pretty sad. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it's definitely a show down here now.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely
no,
a
it's
show.
doing really good.
It is. It's quite cool. It's cool to see it grow as it is.
Yeah.
That community chat's done a real good world of favour for the scene.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, we can't fix every problem in the world. But
Yeah, definitely.
how we can make a difference in fixing some of them.
Yeah.
And so far, that seems to be
I've
working.
only been in it like
You got added into it on your birthday.
a few days, and
night.
yeah, and like it's really cool.
It is.
I
it is.
quite
There's
like
a
it
lot
so
of
far,
people
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't very active in there, but there's
Yeah.
like the ones that are quite active, and then I don't know, you can also see groups of people that like are active together at
Yeah.
different times of day and stuff,
Yeah.
which is quite cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually done a world of favour for a lot of people.
Mm.
I was skeptical to how well it was going to work out to start with, but it actually has worked out pretty well so far.
Did you guys create it?
But Marv did. It
Oh,
was
sure.
Marv did, and he
Not
got Tommy to
surprised,
help
to be
out.
honest.
And yeah, and no, it's cool. It is how it's all changing and how it's
Yeah.
all going is quite cool.
Mm.
Like nearly something's happening nearly every night now. Someone's doing something at
Yeah,
the moment.
it's quite cool, eh?
The
Yeah.
car goes missing and we're all out looking for it.
Oh
Shit
my
like
god, that made
like,
me so happy.
You should have seen it
like,
with the one a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I won't.
Yeah.
And like there was half that chat, like roaming around until like 1 a.m.
Exactly.
trying to
yeah.
find it and like just listening out for it and
Mm.
all sorts of shit. Like it's just cool. Like as much as it probably won't help all too much, it'll help more than not.
Well,
you
like
know,
just heartwarming that, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
That, yeah,
It's cool.
definitely.
It's cool.
It kind of like shows you that, like, you know, everyone's there, and that proves to me that there's a community. That community when
Yes, we're
someone
trying
can't
to
get
build an
stolen,
actual
really. Yeah,
community
exactly.
now.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason it's never been an actual community because people shit on it. And you're not going to call us a community if we're like
Yeah.
just roughhouse bogans that
Exactly.
fuck up the place and
Yeah.
give no fucks.
Yeah.
But like I can understand that back then they didn't give any fucks because no one gave a fuck about them. You know,
Yep.
treat people how you know you're
Exactly.
treated. But
yeah.
you know, there's no point keeping that up. It's in all honesty just kind of petty
Yeah.
and childish in a way. You know,
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
kind of like holding a grudge over something for way too long. And yeah, sure, people are unhappy with us and unhappy with those people in the scene, but there's always going to be someone that kicks up a stink, no matter where
Exactly.
you go. You know, and if we can change that other
And no
people's
matter what you
minds,
do, really, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
if we can change other people's minds, then it makes a difference. Doing things like the cleanups on Sundays.
Yeah.
That's been huge. We're going to keep that going unless it's like raining on a Sunday. because
Yeah.
There's no point trying to sweep up the road.
Yeah.
Like we've been going ham doing them at the moment. Like we've all got brooms. We're not just like picking up the big bits of rubber and chucking them out. We're
Yeah.
sweeping the gutters clean and shit. Like
That's so cool.
it's dope.
Yeah.
And we want to keep it going and have people do it just naturally. So start at midday Sunday at Alexander, and then go to Petone and do all that area, and then if we need to over the gorge to that area, and
Yeah.
you know, but. It'll be cool. It'll be cool if we get to the point where it's just natural that on a Sunday, a handful of people show up,
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
do a bit of work, and
It's just a bit
how it
of,
goes.
like, respecting
Yeah.
what we have while we have it, you know?
yeah. Well, in the process of we've done it twice, 2 weeks in a row. We didn't do it last Sunday because it rained.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do it this Sunday if the weather's rough, if the weather's fine.
Definitely.
And like already we've had members of the public, one, appreciate it and thank us. Two, we've had members of the public help us because they think what we're doing so cool. We're like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
we'll give you a hand.
Yeah.
We've had the guy that, I'm not just going to say what he runs, but a big event down those ways where we go. And he's like connected, he's the person that like talks with the council for his own events and stuff. So
Yeah.
he also like looks after kind of the area and, you know, works with the council to do what he can and what they can with the place. And he came down and talked to us, and, you know, he said that, you know, it's great what we're doing, but, you know, it's probably not going to do much at this point. We've pretty well fucked it for ourselves.
Yeah.
But he did say, like, but regardless, like, I've noticed that you guys are doing this. This is huge. And I noted it to the council the other day and said, look, like, can't not say this. Like, they have come down and cleaned up their own mess. Like,
yeah.
big
Like,
time.
I
So
don't...
good word has
Yeah.
gotten out there already,
Yeah.
regardless of
Was-
if it's going to make a difference or not at this point.
Exactly. Well,
I
don't-
feel achieved
I
from
don't
that.
see, like, the badness of the scene from, like, an outside perspective. It's like everyone's like, because my dad's like so anti that crap, you know,
Yep.
which is fair enough. But
Yep.
it's like, what's the point? You know, it's like we go as far out as we can.
Try to be as respectful as we can.
You
about
know,
it.
and it's like that, like famous Australian one with that. They turned it into like a TikTok sound where it's like, we got so many ties to kill.
Yes.
And
yes.
it's like, what? Like the police made that such a big deal, and I was like, you can't see anything anywhere. It's just a little intersection. People having fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, sure, it's illegal, but it's like, well, what's the problem? Like, you know?
That's unfortunately the argument there is that it's dangerous. But
Like,
we know that we're got
exactly.
control of our own cars
And
because
it's
we
like,
know our cars
yeah.
and how to drive them and what we're doing
And
and
it's-
stuff
yeah.
like that. But of course, there has
And
been
it's like,
in
if
the
you do get
past.
hurt, it's like kind of what you signed up for, you know?
Yeah, and we all know that now.
Yeah.
But of course, there was people in the past that were dumb fucks, fucked
Yeah.
it up, and they had to bring laws in.
Yeah.
You know, so
Mm.
unfortunately, that's obviously how it went, and there will always be the argument.
Mm.
It's one of those 50-50 arguments that, unfortunately, there is good points on both sides.
Exactly.
That clash with each other. So,
Yeah. Oh well.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it hard, but if we can... that's why we know we can't change, like, the government's mind.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
the police or anything like
Yeah.
that. But if we can change the public's view on us,
Exactly.
that'll make a huge difference.
Mm.
Like, if the public knows what we're doing and then, you know, we're trying to be respectful.
That's why I like the idea of the cleanups. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like,
getting the
we
word out there and
s-
showing that
you know,
we're committed
somewhat
to this.
respects what, like, where we're doing the
Yep.
stuff, you know?
Yep.
Mm.
Even if it's not us personally doing it, you know, and we were just doing it as a
Mm.
community. It shows that we're
Exactly.
also a community.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just a bunch of fuckwits. You know?
Yep.
So, there's definitely good. And I reckon if we can change the people's mind, then we'll have a lot more chance of being able to take our community further.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
they'll be behind us in that. You know, people will start looking at it and going, well, why the fuck haven't they given them a pad?
Mm.
You know, why the fuck haven't they given them a place to go or allocated a place to go?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, like, these guys have proved themselves at this point. You know,
I guess it's like, I was gonna say it's kind of like revenue though. It's like or our illegal like skid pigs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
majority of them are like getting driven, and I would bet you that like a good chunk of them are not legal and far from it.
yes.
So then like that's already a couple of $100 from this one car.
Yeah.
But then
They could ping
If-
like 20 in a night.
exactly, and if we go to a pattern all legal, it's like where's their money? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, that cuts a lot of that
that's
out.
what I figure, that the government's not doing anything about it. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that
yeah,
money plays a part too, because
Yeah.
it always does and always will.
Mm.
Because in power, money is power.
exactly.
You know, and it's not so much where how we live. It's kind of like knowledge is definitely power for
Yeah.
a lot of us, and how we and like human respect is power.
Yeah,
for us,
exactly.
you know, so we live our lives completely different from
Mm.
the elites higher up that are
Yeah.
living under money is power, control is power,
Yeah.
knowledge is power, and then that's using knowledge in a different
Yeah.
way. You know, we're using knowledge bluntly
Yeah.
compared to us using our knowledge of just humanity
Exactly.
to be respectful
Yeah.
and shit like that. And
Mm.
it's
I guess it's like it's a good look for them as well, to the public, like when they sees like all these cars and stuff, you know, they're like, the public can see that the police are doing something about
yes,
it.
that
And,
was
like, it's a
always
good-
bugged
yeah,
me.
exactly.
Always bugged me, because they would after like
Yeah.
some big event or something, an event big enough for the media to say something about it,
Mm.
and then when the media says something about it,
The police
people
have
get,
to do something
yeah,
about
the people
it.
get angry,
Yeah.
so the police do something about it, post it on all the socials. We've
Yeah.
impounded all these cars and stopped all these drivers from
Mm.
doing this crime, and it's like, no, you've just taken that car away, taking them a bit out of pocket, prevented
Yeah.
them from going to work, and in 6 months' time they're going to be doing it again.
Exactly.
Like, no
yeah.
doubt. You
Yeah.
know, like, you haven't prevented shit. You've just tried to prove that you've
You've
done
just
something.
been a little annoying.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. To a lot of people don't care.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I can't lose my license. I don't do any dumb illegal shit in my cars.
Yeah.
You know, just because I can't afford to lose my license, I'll lose my job. But
Mm.
a lot of people can. And,
Exactly.
and will.
Yeah.
And don't care.
Exactly.
You know, like, it's not going to stop a lot of people, unfortunately. That's where it comes down to just showing off that they're doing something about it to keep the public at bay.
That's why I don't think a pad's going to happen in a good while.
But see, that situation, I reckon, could change if we can get the people on our side more, because then it'll be the media will put it out there and the people will be like, and that's what they do.
Exactly.
You're going to go back there tomorrow and watch them clean up. I'll guarantee you they'll be there. They'll be doing it. Well, what are you complaining about? And then the police won't be like, oh, people aren't actually mad.
Yeah.
No one cares. That's going to change that whole dynamic of the situation. If we could, that's the big divider, I reckon. A big divider between us and the law is how the people view us and the laws.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then everyone thinks oh, well, they have a pad in Masterton. It's like, well, how many events do they hold a year? But then
they hold fuck all events a year.
Exactly.
We've tried before, a couple of times, and 3 days a year you can hire it out.
Exactly.
And it's heavily restricted.
Yeah.
And really difficult to do. It's so fucking dumb. Tommy, he's had encounters with cops, and the cops have gone, have you guys ever thought about trying to set this up legally? There's a pad in Masterton. And Tommy's turned around and be like, look, we've tried. Here's the emails. This is what they've told us. They've told us no.
Well, it's we're trying to.
Yeah, I would love to. Some of us have cars that will pass the restrictions and scrutineering that would love to do it on a pad. We've got a pad close to us.
The only reason why
we can put our money together and afford to do it. They won't let us at this point. Exactly. Come on.
There's no winning.
No.
It's the only reason why I do it on the street is where the fuck else am I gonna go? Yeah.
That's it. Slipways. That track in town from years back. That's well and truly gone because the nature reserve built next door and then complained. And that's now what's happening with Masterton. Yeah. Is that residents that have recently gone around there are now starting to complain.
Biggest thing that triggers me so much. It's have you
Don't
heard
build
about...
your house next to a
Exactly.
pad.
Have you heard about Smash Palace or Horopito Motors?
Yes, Smash Palace I know of.
People moved in next door.
Yeah. Don't tell me they're complaining about Smash Palace.
No, they are.
Fuck off.
It's been there.
That's like a historic site.
100 years or something stupid.
They
brought the house next to it and they're having a whinge. So they have the yard where their building is and that whole section where the cars that are there were there when Smash Palace started. But they've got the field across the road a few years ago. Then they got the field across from that. Now they have stupid amount of cars, and I went up there a few months ago and good majority of them were gone.
Shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
But they've moved everything around. It's real weird. I don't really ask what they're doing, but where all the Datsuns and Laurels and stuff are, that's got everything's gone from there, and I'm fuck,
shit.
They're gone, those parts are getting stupid rare now, and it's just gone. And I was fuck.
Sad, man.
But
Smash
then
Palace is cool.
Yeah, exactly. But then
Smash Palace is legit, a historic site in this country.
It literally is.
Oh.
But then I keep on walking around to the new field, and they've moved all that rear stuff there.
Yeah.
So they've moved all the cars from far away from that house to closer to the field that's next to them. So I don't really know what's going on, but I don't understand. Yeah. It's well, what the fuck? What do you expect?
Yeah.
Because they were saying that they were saying that
get rid of it all eventually because of complaints. That's going to be a sad day.
Exactly.
That's disappointing.
Because one person moved next to a scrapyard that's been there 100 years.
Yeah.
Because of ruining their view and they're complaining. It's well...
No, it's improving your view. You get to look at all these cool cars.
But he's still, buying a stupid amount of stuff. But
still,
exactly.
That's petty, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that...
That's one of the things that I hate most. It's just, don't fucking complain about something that you moved next to.
Yeah, you put yourself in that situation.
Exactly.
You're not the main character in this world.
No, it's really gutting, but they're only supposedly crushing. He told me only like modern stuff, like 90s, like Corollas and stuff that like nobody cares about in theory. But no, I've seen a few black plates in their scrap pile. Like they've got like this mountain of like squashed stuff, and it's like, you know, it's freaking sad. But like,
it is.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie that was a New Zealand movie that was it was based on a real story on a town shooter, some guy that shot up like a bunch of people in one of the towns, a town that Smash Palace is in.
Really?
And it's actually around Smash Palace. I've got to find the name of it. It's I watched it real young and my dad explained it to me. I'm sure it was to do with Smash Palace.
Interesting.
Smash Palace movie.
Because there's a movie Smash Palace, which is a good film.
That could be it.
But I don't remember anybody getting shot. I think might have been. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. It is because.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it is that. It is that
Yeah.
movie, 1981, Smash Palace.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
yeah. So it's yeah, it's based on a story of this guy that retires from auto racing and takes over his father's
Yep.
garage in rural New Zealand, which is Smash Palace.
Yeah.
And his wife is happy that he's no longer risking his life in the Grand Prix circuit, but she quickly becomes bored of the small town. She takes up with a local policeman and announces that she's leaving and taking the kids, and so he freaks out and then holds her hostage and
goes up
it's
in the bush,
actually a really fucking good movie.
It is.
Like bloody good movie.
I've been watching all these old movies lately. Like I watched Christine for the first time a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That is such a good movie as well. Want to watch Kit?
Yes.
That Trans Am.
Yep. That's good.
That's
Knight
one
Rider.
that I want to watch.
Do you ever watch any of the original Knight Rider?
No.
Oh, it's good.
No.
Well, like, I say it's good. I watched it when I was like knee height of a grasshopper.
Yeah.
But like back then, I loved it. I
Yeah.
love Kit. I love that Trans Am.
Yeah.
It's such a cool car.
Yeah.
Such a cool car.
Exactly. No, that's one that I want to watch, and need to watch Christine and Horror Peter Smash Palace again because they're just so fucking good.
Yeah, I might actually download Smash Palace and watch that.
Yeah,
that was
Christine's one of my
good
favorite
movie.
movies ever, I reckon.
So what's that based on?
It's that it's 58 Plymouth Fury, like bright red.
Yep.
And it's like alive, I guess.
Well, I see your attachment to it straight away.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
car.
Yeah, but then so it's just sitting in a field rotting because it killed the owner who brought it new. It killed someone in the assembly line getting made because like some guy threw a cigarette butt in it and it just fucked him up.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the brothers, the owner's brother he's like, no one's having this car, it's just fucking rotting because that's what it's best for. And this guy is just driving in his friend's car and he's like, hold the fuck up, I'm buying that car. And everyone's like, oh, such a piece of shit, such a piece of shit. Then he does it up real nice, and then it just gets vandalized and stuff, and eventually the car kills everyone who vandalizes the car, but then the car kind of fixes itself, so it's first time that it got vandalized, it's fully a write-off, all the windows smashed, the pillars are bulged in, and but then the next morning he's at school again and it's brand new and everyone's like, what the fuck, I just fucked that car up, and
that sounds cool.
It's such a good movie.
That's dope.
I
always loved Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's a good one too.
Eleanor is such a beautiful car.
I watched the original one of those as well, and that's a pretty good one.
The original's good too.
Yeah. But
they're good movies.
Fuck the Eleanor. I'm
beautiful car. I
not
live
a
my
Mustang
life.
person, but
You
can't get much better than
I'm not
Eleanor.
huge on my muscle cars. I got a lot of appreciation for them, but I would never own them. They're far too big of a vehicle for me.
Yeah.
But that Mustang, and there's like such a minimal amount of them in the world. That exact one.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful car.
Because there's a huge like copyright thing on that.
Yep.
The actual Eleanor owners, like the people who own the Eleanor name and like kit, I guess, or body style or whatever.
Yep.
They have like sooks over people like rebuilding stuff and making their own. I think it was like B is for Build or something on YouTube. He was doing something pretty cool with one, but then it got seized. Like legally, it got seized because
cease and dismissals.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
So it's like they're like real like skeptic about it, you know?
Yeah. Wow, imagine being that anal about your car, but you would stop other people from doing the same because they idolized it so much.
Yeah.
But I would be nothing but proud of myself if people idolized my car to that point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's kind of cool having the only one of them, but like, if you made a car and made a movie about a car that made it that, like, well respected, wouldn't it be cool to see other people make it?
It's just like Dukes of Hazzard and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like
that
all these
the
charges and stuff
is
with the
such
01.
A popular car. Like,
no one does
knows that.
nothing about it because it's freaking cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool car.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just like iconic. It's like, if you're that anal about it, don't write a movie about it, I guess. You know? Like,
keep it quiet. Don't show it off.
Yeah.
You know, people get inspiration from what they see and like. Half my cars are built off ideas I've seen on other people's cars.
Exactly.
You know, not solely off one, but like I'll be going at shows looking at cars and like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like,
I'm gonna do that.
They've made this little thing in the engine bay to cover the battery. I like that. I'm gonna make one of them for my car.
Yeah. No, I love that, but yeah, some people don't.
Nah.
Yeah.
It was like that guy in the hut that had the Ferrari that was it a Ferrari he had?
Yeah, the rotary one.
Yeah, and he put a rotary in it, and then he got sent a cease and dismissal for it. But he got away with it.
Like weird about that.
Yeah, they don't like people fucking with their cars.
You hear Dead Mouse
with
his.
What happened?
He had like a 458 Ferrari, bright blue Nyan Cat wrap.
Yeah.
Then Ferrari had a sook. So he's like, well, fuck you. So he sold it, brought a Lamborghini, did the same thing, and Lamborghini's like, yeah, you know? Like the biggest fuck you, Ferrari, you know?
Yeah, you don't see many Ferraris with shit done to them for that reason.
Exactly.
They don't like their cars being fucked with, man. Like, I would never, like, it's a shame because I like Ferraris. I think they're a very, very, very nice car. Well, a few of them anyway.
Yeah.
But, I couldn't own one if I knew the people that made it were that anal about it.
Exactly.
Like, keep your design, bro. Like, I don't want it if that's the case.
Exactly.
You know? I like the fact that like they've turned this out here and completely different from what it was.
Exactly. I saw that
not
before
care.
and after, like the other day. I was like, fucking hell. Like,
she was a farm truck when I got her.
Yeah.
She was a farm truck.
Yep.
It's done a lot of work on it. Just happened over the past few years.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
She'll get there.
Yeah.
She's still in the system.
Yeah.
It's on hold.
That's the main thing.
Got nothing but
I haven't
time.
really done too much to cars. I've only swapped wheels twice, and that's about it because I don't really keep anything that long. Yep.
I've done far too much work on cars. I've done a lifetime's work on cars.
Yeah. I was meant to do a real cool build on my Triumph, but I just every time I worked on that car, it didn't work. So I lost motivation, then I spaced motivation again, then I pulled something else apart, then it didn't work, and But then I somewhat got it back together, and then I moved out of my mum's house, so I had to bring that car out of the garage, and it was outside 2 weeks max, and there was a rust hole in it that wasn't there, and I was like, nah, fuck that, you know,
fuck that.
Nah. So,
rust is the worst. Rust is the worst.
There was a pretty rust-free body as well, especially for those, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, I just wanted it to keep, I just wanted that car to stay somewhat rust-free, but in my ownership it wouldn't happen, but unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a shame because those Triumphs are beautiful cars too.
Oh, I know.
I've always had a soft spot for them.
Yeah.
They are just beautiful cars.
It was my first car as well.
See, now that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You had a Triumph as your first car. It's such a cool thing.
Yeah.
I had a Hyundai.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you seen the new Hyundai that's coming out?
No.
I don't know if it sounds weird because it's Hyundai. It's probably most people would be like, no, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But this is something that they are trying to recreate.
Yes, those. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like,
make sure my camera's on.
I'm pretty sure I talked about it the last podcast, but like that's my shit. Like I love
it's
like VIP shit from Japan, but like no one does anything anymore.
Yes.
But like that's freaking awesome. I want one.
I'll quickly show you.
They made something else as well. I heard. I saw it in like a Falcon page for whatever bloody reason. But they're making like an old school hatchback as well.
True.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Like with old ass wheels as well. Yeah, that's bitching. I love it.
Like modern dash.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Like,
yeah.
I like it. I would love one.
Yeah.
Give me like 30 years and let them come down in price and I'm own one.
Yeah. I'm gonna own two. Like,
but I hatch as well.
I would love like more manufacturers to like do that
because there is a market for it. You know, like new cars can be expensive, but like I'm watching a lot of a younger generation just jump into new cars anyway.
Take those Suzuki Jimneys, for example. Like they're almost identical, and they're like everywhere.
Everywhere,
you know? And
everywhere has like I see them all the time, especially in the Wairarapa. A lot of people in Martinborough own Jimneys. It's real weird. There's a yellow one, a green one, a blue one, and a black one.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap as well.
Yeah, they are.
Like only like 30-something K.
Yep, out the lot.
Like, fuck, you know.
Some of these like smaller vehicles or smaller brand vehicles are actually starting to become relatively cheap from new. It's the one thing I'm noticing that hasn't like shot up in price due to everything. Like as much as like these cars are obviously nothing flash, but I know they seem to be really putting like value into what the car's actually worth when it comes to new cars. Some places anyway. Yeah. Like my work van is an LDV from SsangYong. Like it's a piece of shit. I can't lie. It's not all that bad. She's a little bit gutless, but with momentum she goes. And it's good work van. But straight up the lot, 21K.
Jesus.
Straight up the lot, and you've got free wafts for life with SsangYong.
Yeah.
Right. Servicing for like the first, I think it's like 40,000 Ks or 50,000 Ks or something. Honestly, like, it's not bad. And like, we've had a lot go wrong with ours. We lost fifth gear in one of them. We've had battery problems in both of them. But we've taken it down there the week that the problems have happened. And like, they've turned it around in that week as well. Like, they replaced the transmission.
That's what I like about like the smaller brands. Because, like, if you buy a Mercedes and it fucks out, they're like, oh, yeah, we'll get to it. But, like, I swear, like, with these smaller brands, they kind of need that customer base for it. Yeah. Like, my, one of my granddads, his Range Rover fucked out, like, hadn't even had it a week, you know, and it, like, and Range Rover's like, oh, fuck you, I'll give you a new one if you complain. But then, like, you know.
It's not quite the purpose. Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand that. And, but... Because I think about like those bigger car companies, they'll be, you know, they can just if they sell one car, like LDV would have to sell like probably like 20 vans to make up for that one car. But that's where like these smaller companies making tradie vans, for example, is probably a gold mine. These 21K vans that are cheap as fuck. I bet you
love that. Yeah.
I bet you they sell like fucking 10 of them a week. Because I'm seeing them more and more on the road.
Definitely,
they're replacing the Hiaces. They're replacing the the old L300s. Like, it's not a bad tradie van as cheap as it is. Like, literally, but I bet you they sell fuckloads of them a week.
Havels as well, Havals.
Yes,
as well.
Yep.
Which I quite like. I'm surprised I haven't actually like researched much about them, but like they're freaking everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like not a bad looking car, you know. Like the previous generation H2, we've cleaned a few, and I've like driven them around the parking lot, and I was like, they're not shit, you know.
Yeah.
It's like from what I can tell, I'm impressed, you know. Like from a car that's like from God knows what country and
China.
Like like who the hell is this brand? Like they're freaking so good, you know.
The expensive tradie van right now, which is like replacing the Hiace, because Hiace was always like the kind of good, better tradie van, where like the Mitsubishis were always like good, reliable tradie van that worked as a tradie van, but they have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
But like the Hyundai iLoad, was it Hyundai?
Yeah.
The iLoads, they're becoming real popular in like the tradie world, and they're relatively cheap too, being a Hyundai, and being
they're
Hyundai,
really
they're not
big
like
too.
they're not a Chinese brand or a small brand.
Yeah.
But they're almost acting like they are, and
Yeah.
these vans are good for a tradie van. They're big.
Yeah.
They're big inside. You got heaps of space. They're just
My opinion, like, I don't think Toyota's got the Hiace anymore. Like,
nah. They should have stopped
these
making them
new
a while ago.
ones, like you don't see them that often, and they're
Everyone's still got one from like 2008.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah,
and
or
it
even
still
the
looks
90s,
like good, you know.
Yeah,
like they don't look like
Shit.
whoa, like you still have one of those, you know. They look like just a freaking van, you know.
Yeah, I learned to drive in a super custom. Like, like my basics of learning to drive. Like learning to drive in a paddock was in a high super custom.
Yeah,
and that was just full drive, diesel, turbo. Fuck, it was cool.
Yeah,
like they went. It was such a good van.
Yeah, I never really like looked at the super customs until my mate was like trying to find one, and I was like, okay, like cool. Then he got it, and I'm like, fuck, that's like
it's cool.
That's pretty cool, you know.
Moonroof.
Yeah,
both
exactly.
electric.
Yeah,
both side doors that pull themselves shut. Like what, 9 seats in the super custom?
Yeah,
carpeted back floor. Like it's no tradie van. It is a luxury van.
Yeah,
they are pretty damn cool. A luxury van that's full drive, even like you know, take you fucking anywhere with 9 cunts in the back.
exactly. You know? Yeah,
good vans.
Yeah,
and like they were what, late 90s, early 2000s. The super customs, and like the new Hiaces just don't compare.
Nah, I mean I saw one today, but like I don't really like see them.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's still got the ones from the early 2000s because they're still going. Yeah, they're the ones that went. And it is actually the same with the L300s. They, even though they discontinued them now, like they started them in the early 80s and went up until 2016 or 2018, and they didn't change. Oh, they changed body twice, but nothing else changed throughout the whole time. Yeah, they may not have been like the best van in the world. They may not have been the prettiest van in the world, but they were like the most reliable. That's why they never had to change them.
Pretty though, so
yeah,
it's like the only reason, like I reckon, that the old, like, you know, the Durs are like off the road because like they fucking rusted like nothing, you know.
Yeah,
and went to pick apart once, and there was one that was like mangled as, and like, you know, they said it still ran and drove.
Sure,
like it was still like. Theoretically would have had a waff, but it didn't due to the rust.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not gonna like
just rusted away.
Yeah.
But was perfectly fine otherwise.
Exactly. And it's like, well, like you just can't kill them, you know?
Yeah. Damn.
It's like Top Gear and their bloody Hilux, you know? It's like you literally like crush it into a cube, you know, and you're like, oh, there's an ignition, then freaking starts up, and you're like, what?
It's fucked, man. Yeah. It's seriously crazy, some of these cars at last.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one that doesn't know. It was like the biggest have in the fucking world when it first came to like cheaper Chinese vehicles. The Great Wall Ute.
Nah.
My God, that was the biggest have in the fucking world. They were cheap as chips.
Yeah.
Big Ute. It could like, you could fit a bunch in there. Yeah. Fit the whole family in there. It was supposedly could take you anywhere.
Yeah.
They were shit. My God, like they were always breaking in one way or another. Everything about them was crap. It was held together with toothpaste, I reckon. Like, don't buy a Great Wall. Never ever buy a Great Wall. I've known people to own them and they were like real proud because it's like, yeah, I've got a big American truck. Like, no, you don't.
No.
You've got a big Chinese truck trying to be American that's going to fall apart on you.
Exactly.
And they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest have in the world, those Great Walls. Don't ever get one.
Nah. My parents' friends in Taupo used to have one as their tow vehicle, and that wasn't very good, apparently. Had a few customers that work with who's had one. Like, I have so many yarns with people and like what they've owned and stuff, and they're like, nah. There's this freaking like Dodge Ram that came in like fucking massive, and that was a Great Wall. He brought a Great Wall because he needed a ute. He wanted to save money, And that just shattered the bed, and he's like, well, fuck you, I'm buying, like, this expensive Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
You know, just like,
you're
why
set
not?
for life.
Yeah, exactly.
You're set, those Rams are good.
Yeah.
And they will take you anywhere.
Exactly.
No one's going to be in your way.
Exactly.
In a fucking
Yeah.
Ram.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frozen. Sorry, I have to, like, check because it
All good.
keeps freezing every now and then.
Yeah. Now, there's some pretty crappy cars out there, but, like... So I like these companies that are small, but they're, like, pretty good.
Yeah, trying to be good. Like, they're not... Like, they've got a few flaws.
I don't know what I think about, like, these MGs, though. Like, those are everywhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I remember noticing...
That MG badge.
Yeah, like, you're like, oh, cool, it's like an MG SUV. Oh, shit, they, like, have SUVs now. Then, boom, like, they're everywhere. I remember the first one that I saw.
Yep.
And it was, like, buzzing out. And I was like, what? They still
when
make
I first
those?
saw an MG SUV was actually when I first, like, found out that MG was a company. I didn't actually know.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, I know of the older cars.
Yeah,
but only
same,
by the look.
Same.
And didn't actually know them for the company. I just knew them for, like, oh yeah, I know that car. I've seen them many times before.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually know, like, what brand they were. And it wasn't until I saw the newer SUVs. I was like, MG, what the fuck is that? And then researched. I was like, oh, it's those cars.
Yeah.
From back then. But yeah, they're fucking everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Every solo mum with like 3 kids has one.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
But again, just another cheap vehicle these days.
Yeah. We're full of them, unfortunately, but yeah. Not really seeing like many people like actually spending money on stuff anymore, I guess, you know.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. It depends on what industry, because like when we first came into like our first lockdown and stuff and came out of that, when I went back to work, we were all like, okay, so no one's going to be spending money.
Yeah.
We're going to go bankrupt. No one's going to buy our products. And the complete opposite happened, and it hasn't stopped since then. We've been busy as fuck non-stop because everyone that was like saving to go away, or
they have to spend their money.
Oh fuck
on
it, I'll spend it on the house. You know?
Exactly.
I'll do some shit around the house. Get some blinds or something like that. And so we've been booming because of it. And I have heard from a few people that the car industry has also been quite high as well in the market, because a lot of people are buying cars. They're spending money on the cars. So the travel distance is this country at this point. Like, you know,
so they may as
well buy
just
a car.
Yeah,
a lot of people are.
No, that makes sense. Yeah,
but I'm seeing like it's a lot of like the popular rich cars that are being brought. Because only people that have the money to spend, the people that have the money to spend.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and had it for a while. So like all the big cars are coming out. I see it a lot over in the Wairarapa. But I'm now I see so many Teslas over there, man. Like so many Teslas all the time.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few Model 3s now, which I quite like. But
Model 3s are cool. They're not too bad. I find, I know the shape, they're a bit short, but I do like them regardless.
Yeah.
But the new Roadster, holy
There's a
shit.
New one?
Yeah, so this came out a few months back, and I'm only just starting to see them in the country now. Like, I've seen a couple, and they look like a weapon. Like, they genuinely look like a weapon, and they are. Right?
Yeah.
They do 0 to 100 in 1.8 seconds.
Jeez.
I've watched a video of this, and it's like, legit,
That's
like, stand
nuts.
still, nothing,
Yeah.
foot flat, 1.8 seconds goes by, you're at 100 Ks.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, I remember the first time I rode in a Tesla. We made the newspaper, actually. They, like, the first, like, 4 or 5 or something in the country, Model S's, they all went to Southwards, and we went in, like, the shit one. It wasn't, like, the performance model or anything. I was like, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's faster than this, you know? Like, you know, for the, like, base model one, like, that's the fastest car that I've ever been in, and I've been in like 900 horsepower AMGs and stuff, you know, like
there's no denying that these electric cars are starting to become fucking powerful, and what that guy Elon's doing to these cars is just insane. Right, so like with that new Roadster and with Model 3s and Model S, you can buy and download an upgrade.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a tune, pretty much. Like, you pay $1,200 onto the screen that's on your dash. It downloads the upgrade and installs it into the car, and all of a sudden you have way more power than you had before. Like, you can't do that on cars.
I know.
You know? Like, it's huge. It's such an insane move. It's he's made them so they can dance. They have like ballet mode, and they have cheetah mode where they get into like a prancing position, and oh my goodness, all the things that they can do. He just went, well, I can do it, why not? with everything.
I love every single car brand that does that.
Yeah.
Takes a step and goes like, fuck it. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Let's make something piss ugly. If they work, I fucking love that brand.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what it is. Because, like, you know, companies are quite shy with doing stuff that are, like, out the gate, you know. They're like, oh, that's not going to sell. And it's
yeah,
like,
because
well,
that's quite an older mentality. You know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't do anything that was, like, kind of immature
Yeah.
or seemed a bit childish.
Yeah.
But these days, everyone's all forward, like, breaking that norm and
it's like
having cool little things for the fun of it.
Yeah, it's like the Cybertruck. It's not even out yet. God knows when it's going to be out. It's like arguably like the most ugliest thing on the road just because of what it is and because it's not anything.
Yep.
It's $100 for a deposit. He's had like I don't even know how many deposits, like
Heaps.
over $1 million or
Heaps.
something, and that's already like $100 million on something that looks
like crap.
You know, exactly.
That
you know?
he even managed to fuck up his like demonstration
Exactly.
of when he showed it out. You know?
Exactly,
He was like,
yeah.
you can't break these windows. Threw a ball
Smash,
through
yeah.
it, smash, and people like, take my money.
Exactly.
I want one.
I love that, and I forever will love like just the Cybertruck for that very reason.
Yeah,
you know,
yep.
It's like
I love what that guy's doing. I love everything that guy's
it's like,
doing.
Why the fuck would a Ute look like that? Like, why does it have to look like
Yeah.
that? This is my Ute, you know. Exactly.
The peak at the top, like.
And it's like, well, if it like Tesla goes bankrupt, he's like got all his money, and it's like, well,
yeah.
whoops,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, he's now what? I think he just overtook Bezos. He's now the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Right now.
Exactly.
Like, they keep battling it out and kicking more and more. But he's currently the richest, like, and he's got so much shit going on. Like, he's fixing, like, traffic problems. He's fixing internet and telecommunication problems, like Starlink sort of thing. You know, he's got the electric cars that he's doing. He's got fucking SpaceX that he's doing. He's literally this fucking close to running the world.
Yeah.
Like, every big thing about it that we use on a daily basis.
Yeah, exactly.
All of our major connectivities.
He's just gonna like
transportations.
hit a button and we're all fucked.
Yeah,
And he's just like,
all right, man. So
Yeah.
like, I control everything. I'm going to space. Goodbye. Disconnecting all.
Yeah.
Cars stop.
Yep.
Internet stops.
Exactly.
Telecommunications stop.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, but I love it. I love what he's doing. I love like when he made that flamethrower.
Yeah.
Right. He made that flamethrower for what, $10,000
Yeah.
each one, and he made how many of them did he make? Or did he make 10,000 of them? I can't remember how he sold. Maybe that was it. He made like 10,000 of them or something, and he legit said before he sold them, like, this is a bad idea. Like, don't buy one. You know, please.
Yeah.
You know.
And everyone's like, ah!
They sold out
Yeah.
in 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Like, you know, like he straight up said to everyone, don't buy it. It's a really fucking bad idea.
Yeah.
And everyone fucking brought them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I love it.
it was funny. So many of them got like ceased and stuff or in different parts of the world because
Yeah.
of laws and shit. But fuck, you got like whatever backlash he got from there. Obviously, he could afford to cover it because you know, it meant nothing to him. Fuck, it's insane. The guy's cool.
Yeah,
I think what he's doing is
love
amazing.
him. Yeah.
And then you got Neuralink, upcoming Neuralink. That's just next level. You know, I know a lot of people that are skeptical about that idea and about Neuralink because
What's that?
Neuralink is the chip in the brain.
Oh shit.
Okay, so this is huge.
How the fuck haven't I heard about that?
He's been working on this for a while now, and of course everyone's skeptical because chip in the brain.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I think it's like a 3 mil hole. So it's like we're talking tiny. We're talking 1/3 of a centimeter. That's like 1/10 of a 22 round for you Americans out there.
Yeah.
But has tested it now on apes. Oh, yes, he's got one he's tested it on. But his like huge overall goal is for us to be able to use it is in a connectivity way. You know, we can talk to each other, like have like an on-screen heads-up display sort of thing because of it.
Yeah.
But which everyone, you know, is freaking out about. But he's like, that's obviously where it can go. That's where this kind of technology will end up.
Yeah.
No matter if it's me doing it or someone else, it's going to go that way. But his initial plan with it is that he can use it to help people that are like paraplegic, don't have the ability to move a limb. They're paralyzed in one way or another, and it's just the parts of that limb that aren't connected to the brain properly anymore. And using this chip, he can reconnect those things and allow that to work.
That's freaking awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and so what he's got working so far with this monkey is that he started with this game where it just was like a screen with a bunch of squares on it, and every now and then one of the squares would like bright up in a color, and the monkey would like move a joystick to move a cursor to select the one, push a button, and when he did, he was rewarded with a banana milkshake.
Yeah.
All right, so they got the monkey to do this on its own normally and learn the game, and it did, because that's where they're at the moment. The apes are in the Stone Age right now.
Yeah.
And then he's installed Neuralink, and what they've been able to do is they've been able to connect the game to him, and he can move the cursor just by thinking about where it needs to go.
Shit.
Right, and so they can do that with a prosthetic limb. So if you have a arm that's, like cyberpunk shit going on here, you can control your limb through thinking about it, because you can connect up all of like the sensors on it to the chip that you've got sensoring into your brain.
That's scary.
It is scary, but imagine the people that have no legs and stuff, and like I know like you can get prosthetic legs and learn how to walk on them, but imagine being able to like actually move it just naturally. Like as scary as it is, like that would help a lot of people.
Exactly.
But then also you would end up with like a superhuman type breed. Like it's awesome at first, and it can help with a lot of things. He also wants to then be able to try and like help with like dementia and things like that in the brain, access those parts, and stop people being from, we're obviously all going to age the same and still die eventually, but like, what if you can make it to the end without having to go through the dementia and forgetting your family and all that shit? Like, so that's quite cool. But as you said, no doubt this technology can take you as far as like mind control sort of shit, which is why everyone's skeptical. So he also has that on top of Starlink, on top of SpaceX, on top of Tesla. Like,
he is busy
building tunnels under LA for traffic, everything. He's actually, I've listened to all of his podcasts with Joe Rogan and other ones he's been on, and multiple things about him and shit. Like, even he said, like, I know how to do so much and could fix so many things, but I physically know I don't have the time in my life to do it. Like, my life's now taken up by everything I'm trying to achieve. Like, he's laid it out. He knows how much time he has. He knows what he can achieve in that time. Like, and he knows so many other things. He's like, I've got plans. I've written all like it out, how to do this, how to do that, and fix this. I don't have time to do it, but it's there, like ready to go. Like, the idea is fucking there. I just don't have the time in my life to do it.
Yeah,
it's insane. Mental guy.
God knows what he like can do then, like
that's it. From simple things, from freeing up traffic in LA by building tunnels down, having layers of tunnels underground. They've been able to prove that going down is actually safer than going up. And shit like that. Don't build bridges above each other. That will just come down in an earthquake. But if you're underground, you don't have that leverage of sway. So like, there'll be a shake underground, but it's not like everything's doing this. You're not going to crumble in with a tunnel. So he's like building all these tunnels underground, so LA's traffic flow is not just standstill, bumbered everywhere.
Jesus.
Like, that's huge. That's just one. That's like the smallest thing out of everything he's doing. Like,
and even that's
crazy.
Like blowing everyone away.
So like, you may be the richest man in the world, and people have like stigmas against him.
But he's actually like using.
He's earned his power. I feel like he's definitely earned that shit.
Definitely.
Like, some of the other rich people in the world that just like have big companies that they inherited and just family businesses that were now huge and will never ever go away. Yeah, that's great, but at the same time, like, Elon's fucking out there doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's out there doing it.
Yeah. That's nuts.
It's mental.
I love that.
I can barely keep up with like my daily life.
Yeah, literally though, Yeah. Just one day at work and you're like, whoa, calm down.
Yeah.
Chill out. Yeah. That's insane. But it'll be amazing to like think about if he focuses on one thing, like
if he focused all the time on like curing cancer, probably could.
Literally,
probably could,
but
yeah, he's obviously he's looked at it and looked at what things need to be done first, and as much as there's like obviously things out there that need to be fixed all round, and the latest thing I heard actually when he became the richest man again the other day, I think it was like last week or the week before. Some like big world organization, like say the World Health Organization, I can't remember who it was, so some big organization like that, like called him out and was like, you know, if you donated, I think it was like $6 billion, you could cure world hunger.
Yeah.
And he turned around and said, if you can show me that that's exactly where the money's going to go and that will cure world hunger with $6 billion, I will give you $6 billion.
Yeah.
Well, they can't, they couldn't. They're like, well, no, I guess in the long run, $6 billion isn't going to cure it. It's just going to stop it for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he's like, well, if you can give me a number that will solve the problem,
yeah, for good,
I'll do it.
Yeah. I love that.
Like, that's insane,
Yeah.
you know? He's not arrogant about it. It's just,
Yeah.
if it's going to help, it's going to help.
Yeah.
But, like, he wants to make sure it's going to help.
Mm.
No point donating $6 billion if it's not going to make a difference.
Exactly.
It might make a difference for a little while, and sure, that's great too, but if he can do it and get rid of it forever, he will.
Exactly.
That's the kind of person he is.
Yeah. No, I love that. Using his wealth to help, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just being a prick about your money. You
Oh,
know?
everything he's trying to do is for the benefit of the world and the people in some way or another. You know,
Exactly.
as much as a lot of the things that he's doing is advanced and scary, and people don't tend to like a lot of it, like Neuralink or even electric cars, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's doing good for the planet and the people, and he's doing it well.
Definitely.
Like, he hasn't brought out an electric car that just runs. He's brought an electric car that's going to beat anything on the fucking road.
Exactly.
For the fun of it.
And that's the sedan, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
mental. Absolutely mental.
No, I love him.
Yeah, I keep up with a lot of what he does. We'll try to anyway. I think it's
That's why
good.
I'm like so happy that I'm like in the time of this world that I am, because I get to like see that, you know?
Yeah, we're going to experience some insane shit in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
Because the world's moving a lot faster than it ever has.
Yeah.
And like technology is growing in a big way. And like as he predicted with his own technology, knowing where it's going to lead, I can see that in so many other things. I've been rambling for the past year about how virtual reality is going to go down, and now we've got Metaverse coming out that Mark wants to make, and that's exactly what I've been telling everyone for the past year is going to happen. We're going to end up with a complete open world virtual realm that anyone can socially join. Mix Facebook with virtual reality. That's what we're getting.
Shit, that's nuts.
I've been saying it for ages. Like, you can have your friends all around the world, and you can virtually be in the same room together.
Fuck.
And virtual reality, like the gear itself's becoming a long way too.
Yeah.
Like you, it's insane. Like, I've got basic virtual reality gear, and I'm good at being able to like cut out the idea that it's not real and shit, so I can be in the moment and let myself, like, my brain's already like thinking that some of it's real. Like, you get a bit disorientated, and you know, you like walk up to something and you think you're gonna hit it when you don't, and that's your brain naturally reacting to what it sees.
Yeah.
But of course, it's like there's still a bit of it where you're like, oh, it's, you know, it's not real.
Yeah.
And so that's holding the brain back. But if you like relax and let your brain believe that that
Exactly,
is what it's seeing is real, the
Oh,
experience
that's gonna
becomes
be
way
freaky when
way
that's
better.
like a proper thing, though.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
People aren't happy about it. There's a lot of people that
I
aren't
bet.
happy about it all because of like privacy and shit. But I don't know, he's done fairly well with privacy, like personal privacy on his apps. Maybe not like data privacy, but he has done fairly well with like making sure people's personal info is fairly private from others. So I feel like he would have to fucking put in some mad privacy shit at this point.
Definitely, yeah.
Into something like a metaverse.
Yeah.
But in saying that, this is going to be the first time that that's done on such a big scale.
Exactly.
It's like VR chat, but like think the whole world whoever uses Facebook, you know.
Exactly.
So it's not going to be perfect from get-go.
No,
Never
definitely.
is.
Nothing is,
It
yeah.
took Facebook, I don't know how many fucking years to get to the point it's at now, and even now it's not that great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, we're going to experience some cool things like that in our lifetime, whether people are happy or unhappy about it.
Exactly.
We're going to see some insane shit.
Just with everything, you know, like seeing just even the cars that are my age, and you're like, oh, okay. But like seeing this like brand new shit, and it's like, whoa, that's fucking buzzy.
Some of these new cars are starting
But then
to
you
come out
wouldn't
quite
even
cool.
like think of that back in like the 90s or 2000s, you know.
Yeah. Whole different world.
But what I've noticed, like, the past few months is, like, I've seen... So, you know how, like, every decade has their shape of car and, like, you know, their style, and you can tell it's, like, obviously a 1980s or, you know... I've recently, like, seen where the 2020s are moving to, like, really sharp, edgy, and angular.
Yes.
Like, I freaking love that.
We went through
And
a
it's
phase of like bubbly shit again.
Exactly. And it's like we're only like in 2021, you know, and it's like we've got all this time, like, you know, early 2000s versus like 2019 or something, like, or, you know, 2010, there's like a lot of difference in those 10 years, you know, so it's like God knows what it's going to look like.
Imagine how these Teslas are going to look in the next 10 years, you know, like, it's going to be cool.
We've
got some cool things to look forward to.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
like, I don't know, there's a lot of things like that I find small that people get angry about, like with some of this new technology and new things that are coming out and stuff, and like yeah, sure, I understand and definitely do, but personally I find a lot of it's like, it's not a battle's not like big enough to deal with. Like I don't need to be worrying about trying to stop this.
I guess it's just like people don't like the change. You know?
Well, people hate change. People like to get comfortable in the situation that they're in.
And it's like, well, when these electric cars like first became a thing, everyone's like, but like, you know, you see Teslas like freaking everywhere and Leafs and stuff. And even me, like, I'm really like closed-minded when it comes to that. Back in the day, I liked one brand of car, and now I'm like fucking doing anything, you know?
Yeah.
But like, you just gotta live with it,
you gotta
I guess, you know? Yeah, you gotta just adapt.
Yeah. You'll spend way more time and put way more stress on your own shoulders by worrying about the change happening in the world. If you don't like it, stick to what you've got.
Exactly.
Sure, things are going to change where you're going to have to like adapt. In that case, if you can manage to be more fine with it, and that you can choose if you're going to get stressed out over a situation or not.
Exactly.
It's up to you. And that only but puts weight on your own shoulders. You can choose not to have that weight. Sometimes it's as frustrating as it is to have change, and I totally get that. I've
definitely
a lot of change.
Yeah,
that was like the biggest thing for me, like going through all the changes I've gone through.
Definitely.
Like, learning about what to get stressed out over when it comes to change, because change is going to happen regardless.
Yeah. So
seeing the good in it and going like, like I've said before, like with the electric car thing and how everyone like shits on them, like petrol heads shit on them, and that I understand because like, you know, they like their petrol cars. So
exactly.
Like, they naturally dislike electric cars. It's like if you actually look into it, like that electric car from the factory is like 10 times better than your car.
Exactly.
That you've spent 10 years building. As much as your car is fucking pretty damn fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly.
This car straight out the lot is really impressive.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't fault that. You can't deny that. It's interesting. It's interesting how the world looks at things.
Yeah.
It's interesting watching the world react to things.
Definitely. But like, then our next generation and so on and so forth is like, what the hell are they gonna see? Like, like out the gate shit, they're gonna be like, is that it? You know? Like, like self-driving cars and stuff, we're like, whoa, but then they're gonna be like, okay, like, what the fuck?
That's true. I have that happen quite a bit now because my sister's 10 years younger than me, and so she's a part of the younger generation again. And I was on the phone with her a few weeks back, and I was saying to her, like, when I was at school, like my last years of school, I didn't really do anything. I just took my laptop to school and play games, which was really hard to get away with and stuff. And like, it just sounded normal to her, and I had to stop and be like, oh yeah, that was when like we all wrote in books. I was the only person in school that brought a laptop.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I couldn't exactly get away with the fact that I was playing games because I was the only person in
with
school
with
a laptop. Like,
exactly.
You know? And she was like, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "We wrote with pen and paper. That's why I didn't learn anything."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
it's scary.
Stuff like that.
Yep. I really want to like. I've been like thinking about it. It's obviously like impossible to happen. But like, I really want to get like an Antietam or some shit that's like real beaten up and like time travel back to like the 50s, and everyone would be like blowing their minds over a fucking Tita.
You'd probably freak a lot of people out.
Exactly.
People would genuinely freak out.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and you're like, this is our like shitty hatchback. Like, you know, like we don't care. Exactly. But then they're like, whoa! Yeah. And as I was thinking, I was like, if that was possible, would I get the flashiest thing that I could just to show them where technology's going, or just be funny about it and grab like
the shittiest
the
of
biggest piece of crap? Yeah.
Take them back and Nokia brick.
Yeah, they're gonna like blow up, like, you know, no matter what. But like, fuck.
Yep.
Yeah. It would be really cool to experience, but yeah.
It would be. Sounds
Yeah.
interesting, eh?
Just like see what people would think. Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's why I love, since we can't do that one, I love doing the opposite and having something old
Yeah.
that you can show people now. Like, I love my cars. I love that my Bluebird out there is like 31 years old now.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, people get in and they're like, oh, you got to wind the windows down.
Exactly,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
my cars I've had to wind my windows
Yeah.
down. And what do you want about?
Yeah.
I feel old.
Yeah, it's like my Falcon, it doesn't even have like an AUX, so it's like I have to like get this cassette tape.
Yes,
And
with
like,
the cable on
yeah,
it.
and like I was at the $2 store and like the guy's like, no offense, but what the fuck do you drive? And I was like, 98, bro, you know.
Yeah.
And like, fuck, I've had a lot older, you know. But fuck. But
Oh, those things are funny, man. You're like 5 songs deep and you gotta flip the tape around because it needs to rewind, even though it's like a digital tape with a cord in it.
oh, I love it. Yeah, yeah,
They're cool.
yeah.
Just
One of my Triumph friends, he's kind of does that. His most modern car, he's got like 6 or 7 or something. His most modern car is like an '84, and that's like a Mazda Ute, which is his daily. I don't even think it's that. It might be like late 70s or something, but
Yep.
like that's the oldest, like that's the most modern thing he owns.
Shit.
Well, obviously apart from like, you know, microwaves and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
phone, but like
Yeah.
in terms of like transportation,
Yeah.
like that's the most modern he
Yeah.
has.
Damn.
And he's like, well, like it's cool as shit. Like,
Yeah.
cool, your car has Bluetooth, but like, cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you
like I was
shell
like,
car?
that's freaking awesome, and
That's
his
sick.
shed's like full of old stuff, and
Yeah.
he's got like so many motorbikes, and
Yes.
I'm not even like a motorbike person, but like I'm like, fuck, that's cool,
Yeah.
you know. But like, yeah, I love that, just living back there, you know.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
cool. That's
Yeah,
why I like my older cars.
exactly.
I love my older
Yeah,
cars. My bike's my newest, like, well, most modern thing. It's 2005.
yeah.
bike. But yeah, 96 for the Ute and 90 for the car.
Mm.
And yeah, fuck yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love my 90s cars. All but one car has been a 90s car that I've owned. The Subi wasn't. Oh no, wait, the Subi was.
Yeah. Well, I've had
was
some
it?
modern cars. I have my most modern car, which is a 2016.
Yep.
It's just my daily Nissan March. It's pretty
Yep.
cool, but like I just like couldn't be fucked with like wafts and stuff because I'm struggling. Like I really can't be bothered at the moment because it's not my like daily driver anymore, and it
Yes.
doesn't really matter. But like it's quite hard for a waft because you
Yep.
have to get like this really specific part,
Yes.
and no one has that specific part
yeah.
in that freaking like in
Yeah.
waffable condition, and it's like it's just gonna like get the Falcon like waft, yay! Then the daily like needs a waft, and then and I'm like,
More than
no,
one car
just...
becomes a hell of a lot when it comes to the legal side of things.
exactly. So I'll just get a fucking like just a thing that just won't even matter, you know. And it's like it's a fucking March, so it's like I'm not gonna do anything with it, and it's
Yep.
like, yeah. But yeah, it's just like I'm sick of that shit. But like, if I could like fully, like, I would like to have all my stuff like old as hell. But yeah,
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
it is hard to do.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
as much as like it does suck, I'm obviously going to get to a point myself where like I'm going to have to buy a more modern car that's probably electric. You know, I'm going to have to
Exactly.
get like a Leaf or something.
It's like the only
eventually.
thing that like, I don't like about like modern cars is like people are like relying on them too much. It's like I saw a crash in the car park in Kapiti a few weeks ago, and the lady's like, "Oh, the sensors didn't go off." And I was like, "Well, why didn't you like fucking look?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "Well, I got sensors."
Yeah, people aren't being as
And, like,
spatially
people,
aware of their
like-
car.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like they like
losing that
Just-
touch with it.
exactly, and like yeah, like my
Mm.
car's like modern and stuff, but it's like basic as fuck, you know.
Yeah.
I got a reversing camera, and that's like the flashiest thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's like that. Like I don't want any of that like sensory crap, you know.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm the same. I've driven a few cars with all the sensory stuff. I've even driven a car with like the automatic driving.
Yeah,
just holds it in the
exactly.
lines, follows the car in front, brakes for
Exactly.
you, accelerates for you and stuff. And
It's
like,
like-
yeah, it's cool,
yeah.
but like, fuck, I can see so easily
exactly.
how you become a lazy driver.
And it's like,
And in all honesty,
yeah.
like the one I drove, like you can't let go of a steering wheel because if you do, every few seconds it gives it a little shake to see if you've got a bit of feedback and tells if you're holding it or not. So if you're not, it cuts the like ability to do it. So like you're still 75% driving.
Yeah.
You might as well just be fucking doing the rest.
Maybe a Holden Trax or either a Holden Trax or a Captiva. I can't remember which one it was, but like the seat shakes when you're getting too close to a car or something. I haven't driven one in a while, but it's like that fucks me off.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And it's like and it's like there's this Hyundai, I think it is, Palisade or whatever, like the big SUVs, like they're fucking cool, but like it keeps on like self-braking, and it's like I need to get like real close to this wall, but like I can't because it's like
it's braking.
And it's like fucking stop, you know? If I don't want to drive, I'll just catch a freaking taxi, you know? Like I don't like. I can't.
That is like the big reason why I like my old cars.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
My old cars, I
leaves
can do
you
whatever
alone.
the fuck I want to it.
Exactly.
It's gonna do what I say.
Yeah. Well, even like the March, like it nags you when you don't have your seatbelt on. And I jumped in the Falcon last weekend, and like I was driving like ages without a seatbelt because I was like didn't hear the chime, so I didn't. And I was like, it's like only something so small, and I'm like, holy fuck, you know?
Like,
I'm one of those people, you know. Yeah. But
it's how easy it happens naturally.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. It is crazy, and I can see a group, like a new generation of drivers is obviously they're going to be able to be good at driving the cars that they're going to be driving, but yeah, they're going to, if they ever jump, like be like, actually, I want a car from the 90s, jump in that, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, like, what the fuck, it's not braking for me, you know, like, shit like that.
Yeah.
My cars on their own are not easy cars to stop anyway because they're so old. The braking systems in them aren't the greatest. That's drum brake rear. Yeah. And like it's a disc all round in the Bluebird, but it can be like a bit sketchy. Like I know the car, but if someone jumped in
the Falcon, it's like slowing down for the hill, and I'm like, holy god, this isn't stopping. Yeah. Like it's just like ever so slightly slowing down, but like before I got the daily, I'm like, you know, I've been in like Falcons and stuff, and like heaps. I've owned quite a few like older cars, and like I'm used to that, but like not anymore. Yeah. Because it's like you touch the brake in the Nissan, and it's just like
Oh. But and you put it like halfway down. For
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that ain't shit compared to like my Triumph and stuff. Like fuck, like you see like the intersection like 3Ks there, and you're like slamming on the brakes, handbrake and everything, you know. Oh fuck.
My Bluebird's a good one for the needing to use the handbrake every now and then. It's like, yep, I'm not going to be able to stop in time for this. Like handbrake up 2. Slow down.
Yeah, cool. It's freaking fun. I enjoy that though. Like
it's just the cars.
You know, the Falcon going down the Rimatakas and stuff, going to Masterton, like the brakes get real hot and the whole thing's like jittery.
Yeah,
and it's like my friend's like, and I'm like, I like that for whatever fucking reason, but like I enjoy when my cars aren't perfect. Yeah, and it's like, you know,
this is the same.
Exactly.
Like I thrash this around the rimmers and through the Eckers and her brakes get hot.
Exactly.
And like she jitters. I try and be careful when it gets to that point.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Like if they get too hot, they just won't work. But like she
I
still goes.
I like having that. Like I don't know what it is. Maybe
you learn
like,
your car because of that. You become more connected with your car because you then learn its flaws and its abilities, its limits and its habits. Yeah. Where like if you've got a car that does everything for you, you're not going to learn all that stuff. You're not going to be as connected with your car as you would have been.
Like people would just like get scared and like, why is my car shaking? And but us, we're like, oh yeah, brakes are hot.
Yeah, and then pull over and get out of the car, call AA and be like, yo, my car's like shaking. This isn't right. It's fucked, and go like 2 weeks without it while it sits in the mechanics.
Exactly.
Could have just driven it home. By the time you got home, it would have cooled off and it would have been fine.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, and people like us know that because we've owned cars.
Well, I've had
like
some like freaking times with like sketchy brakes. I remember I was in my Fairlane, already pretty shit brakes because they're just the normal Falcon brakes on like this fucking limousine, towing this other Falcon, which is already a big freaking car on a car trailer with no brakes.
Yep.
Over the Paeatua track or something, and like like, it wasn't even jittering. I had no brakes.
Yeah.
And, like, going down a hill with, like, heaps of turns and stuff, is like, fuck, like, you know, you kind of need to learn how to do that. And
Yeah, you do.
I learned how to do that, and, like, I reckon I'm a bit of a better driver now that I
You will be.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only reason you were able to learn that was because your car was
it
like
happened,
it was.
yeah.
Your car's not
Exactly.
broken or dangerous in any way or anything like that. It's just how the
Yeah.
car is.
Exactly.
You know, and then you've got that knowledge now, and then when you get in a car that isn't your or that can handle like that, you'll be in it and you'll be like, oh shit, now I can drive to like the full potential without having to worry about that aspect, and but you've still got all the ability of the driving side of it that you learn't from that.
We just like
it becomes easier.
What I did is just like pump the brakes and stuff, then eventually like they come alive again.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like I like that factor danger, I guess it is, and
Yep.
not perfectness. And
I used to be like a
I
real
love
big one
that.
for like having my car's brake. I used to love it when my cars broke. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I would always be able to fix it. For me, it was just work out what it broke, work out how to take it apart, work out how to put it back together.
Yeah.
Done. But so I had that same like, is that risk and danger factor of like something like you've got control of, but it could kind of go on you at any moment.
Exactly,
And,
yeah.
it's funny.
Yep.
It's crack up.
No, I love that stuff.
Well, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Oh shit.
Yep, that got away pretty
Not
quick.
bad. Yeah.
Got away real quick. So I might wrap it up, otherwise it becomes a real long upload.
Yep. Yep.
But that was mean.
Yep.
It was mean having you on again.
Absolutely.
Get you around it all the time.
I am very keen.
Cool.
Yep.
It was mean. Alright, well, thanks for being on, as always.
Not a problem.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, bell notification, people. What I heard today, that was great. Another YouTuber was just like, they didn't do the normal like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Fucking bookmark it up there in your taskbar. Just bookmark this video.
I love that.
Yeah.
Who was it? Do you know?
Markiplier.
Oh,
No
that's,
shit. He was like, just
great.
like, bookmark this. Don't
Yeah. Add
subscribe,
it to
bell
your
notification,
desktop,
fuck that.
yeah.
Yeah. Shortcut it. Alright. So just bookmark this to your favorites.
Oh, I love it.
Easy.
That's pretty funny.
Alright, y'all, to the 79 subscribers out there, we do this
Yep.
for you every time.
Definitely.
And we'll catch you on the next one. There may be one this weekend. If not, we'll be back next week for another 2. Catch y'all later.
See ya.